So I'm here to tell you why launching a token is now broken and how we can fix it. Um, so starting with myself, essentially, I've been around the crypto scene since 2015. I helped to create some local communities in Portugal, like ETH Portal, Blockchain Center Portugal, DNights, and some other communities. In 2018, I decided to create my own startup called Taikai, and I'm currently the CEO and co-founder of that company. We've developed this hackathon platform, so we do hackathons for Web3 and the Web2 space. We recently launched The Garden, which is a product that I'm going to tell you about, and I've been involved into other Web3 products as well. I've supported more than 200 hackathons. I've seen more than 1,000 projects getting built. And that's why it's very relevant what I'm about to say right now. So apart from that, I've been a mentor, angel investor into some Web3 companies. So as you can see, Web3 is actually my passion. All right, so talking about the pressing topic of today, for me, I think it's essentially a broken game at this point. So most of the token launches today are not optimized for sustainability, but optimized for hype. That's how you get people involved, but hype lasts until it doesn't, right? So I've decided to bring in some stats. So 72% of the tokens that have been launched since 2021, which is quite recent, have lost more than 90% of its value. So this is according to Messari. And 8% of these tokenized projects are still active 12 months post-launch. So it's actually a dooming stats. And why does this happen? Typically, it's the system that is extractive by design. And this is the typical flywheel of a token launch. So the founder starts a project, they get VCs in, they do a launchpad, they get the early whales, they get to retail on TGE, and then exit. So launchpads, in this case, take 5 to 20% of fees, if not more, plus token allocations. And pre-sale buyers typically dump 40 to 60% of the supply within 2 weeks of the TG. So this is why the dumps that I've referred before happen. So essentially, what's the process and how does it look like? Typically, you go from VCs that enter too early at a very high valuation. So launchpads need to build a hype over that and focus on hype. After that, you get airdrops, OTC deals, and all of these deals that bring poor liquidity management to the table. And then there's TG. So the token is launched, and then you get retail buying that token, and retail gets wrecked right after that. As an example, all right, so there should be here a slide, which is not, which is something that you all are familiar with if you're in crypto, which is the typical chart of a green candle moving up and then all the way down. And I put this graph, and below there was like a title that said, insert your meme coin or insert your coin here. Because every token launch typically does the same process. So what should a launch look like? I think that it should be designed more for builders and users and to promote this sustainability instead of focusing on just cash grab and focusing on the wrong crowd of people. So the idea is to have access or to provide access for real users to actually participate in the token launch, to have a transparent pricing, to have some liquidity stability, and also a long-term alignment with the project. And this is what we're trying to build with the Garden. So as I mentioned before, Garden is an extension of the Taikai product. So by having built several hackathons, we know that most of these projects die after hackathon ends. So this is the way that they can continue to build their product and actually be guided on how to token launch properly. So the idea is to have a created marketplace for projects that can launch their token, which is the token factory aspect, have mentorship in the process as well. So they need to mature before doing the token launch, and of course, access to funding. So how does it work? It's actually quite simple. It's just one simple flow. And the idea is you start, of course, by creating your project. This can be something that comes out of a hackathon, a weekend, or something that is more serious that you've already been developing for a while. So you create your project on the Garden page, and you develop it, mature it, and apply for graduation. So whenever you're ready, you say, okay, I want to apply for graduation, and this graduation process basically allows you to launch your token. So how do you get graduated? Well, the project is evaluated through our AI system, basically to do a small filter to check on the team's profiles, if they're fake or not, if the project is copy-paste or not. So it does, a decent amount of filtering, and then a human committee is able to approve your project to be graduated. Once there's that, you create your token using your own configurations, and you launch it. So what makes Garden different from all the launchpads and all the other token launch platforms that are out there? So besides all of these components of having mentorship, of being able to find new team members, of being able also to showcase your product and to get feedback from users, on the token launch side of things, you actually get this embedded as well. So real-time LP provisioning from the sales funds. So whenever you do a token sale, part of that sale is actually building up liquidity on the token pool, in this case on Uniswap before. You have vesting schedules enforced on chain so that founders don't immediately dump the token right after it gets launched. And there's revenue sharing with stakeholders. So you can define that part of the fees that are generated by the trading goes to the team itself, goes to the community. You can decide where does the revenue sharing goes to. And how do we make money by doing so? So we don't charge any setup fee. And unlike other launchpads, we charge a small percentage to do the token sale, which is 1%, comparing with the typical 10 to 20% that I shown before. And then where we make real monies on the token swaps after the token goes live. But as I mentioned before, this is also shared by the founders, the team, or the community, however they see fit. And that's it. So it's really simple, and it's a model that allows for us to win if the project wins. And that's it. So if you're thinking about starting a project, then we can do this together. The idea is to build with us at garden.taikai.network. You have a QR code for convenience if you want. You apply for graduation once you're ready, and you launch your token. If you're on the other side and you're actually looking to filter through the noise and actually get access to the best projects out there, well, you also follow the same process. So you go to Garden and you check the graduated projects and invest in those token sales. So this is something that is already live as a product, is on beta stage. The only thing that's missing is the token launch feature, which is going to be rolled out in May. So we already have projects building there, showcasing what they're building, doing updates. So you can check that out immediately if you want. And that's it on my side. I want to thank you. And I think that we still have time for questions. Yeah. Right. So if you want to follow me on X, here's my Twitter handle. And any questions that you have that I can address. Yeah.